Hey, how's it going? Today I want to discuss about all the game situations when hitting slow can actually be beneficial for you. So let's take the first situation, the first game situation, when you are serving and your opponent is returning. So as you start serving, pay closer attention where is your opponent standing, where is your opponent's court position, and also pay attention how frustrated is your opponent. So you don't have to hit the first serve always very fast. So you can mix it up, but important skill is try to go for the placement. Usually your opponent's weaker side. And the other thing is when you're leading like 40-love, you can always do a surprise element to your opponent. When we talk about the second serve, if your opponent is constantly attacking your second serve, then it's not a good idea to hit your second serve very slow. But when your opponent is not attacking your second serve, try to hit your second serve also to your opponent's weaker side. Go for the placement. The second game situation is the return of serve. When we talk about returning our opponent's big first serve, it's so critical to neutralize your opponent's big first serve. So when I start returning, I don't want to hit my return fast. So my opponent gives a lot of energy with his first serve. I want to have a catch feeling. So I recommend you to have a continental grip and try to just block it back high and deep from both sides. So you have longer time to come back into the point. When we talk about the return of second serve, by nature we are more aggressive, but you don't always have to hit your second serve return fast. Try to go for the surprise elements. Maybe hit back some drop shot or hit back with a slice. I find it so critical to have different gears, just like a car. So playing only with one specific gear won't take you as far as you want to. Now let's take the third situation, when both players are rallying behind the baseline. So when you rally behind the baseline, you can be on defense, you can be in neutral rally, or you can be on offense. When you find yourself at the defense, your opponent has hit a quality ball, so you run to get the ball back. It's so important to hit it back cross court and slow and deep. So something like this. You chase the ball and you hit it back cross court and try to buy time hitting it cross court and hitting it high over the net. One of the possibilities is try to go for the straight winner, but I don't recommend it. On TV you can see some crazy winners hit behind the baseline, especially on defense. But don't compare yourself with those players. Those players are the best players in the world. So when you are at defense, try to neutralize the point by defending cross court high and deep. When you are at the neutral rally behind the baseline, you hit your cross court shots. Sometimes when rallying behind the baseline, it's important to have a different gears so you can surprise your opponent. So you take the base off, like 2 shots in a row, you hit the same base, and the third shot, you actually change something. When you rally behind the baseline and you will get advantage over your opponent, it's important to keep that advantage. So you're not suddenly start hitting it by pushing the ball back in play. So try to keep that advantage. So when you have advantage over your opponent, it's important to keep that advantage. But here and there, you can still hit some drop shots or some weaker balls. But I find important to keep that advantage over your opponent. Now the fourth game situation is when your opponent approaches the net. And the first situation is when you are at the defense. And again, the same principle. When you find yourself running and saving the ball, it's important not to miss. And try to neutralize the game situation by hitting it back high and deep. It's important to stay calm in this situation, especially when you're running. We tend to overcook our shots. But the most important thing is try not to miss. Don't go for the crazy angles and some crazy winners. Now the other situation is neutral. Your opponent attacks you, but you don't find yourself at the defense. When the situation is neutral, try to quickly analyze where is your opponent. The safest shot is straight to your opponent's feet, so your opponent can't hurt you so much. Your opponent has to hit his shot from low to high, and he can't be as aggressive he wants to. So your shot is something like this. Low over the net and straight to your opponent's feet. Now when your opponent's approach shot wasn't the best one and you find yourself at the offensive situation, you don't have to hit the ball crazy fast. Try to pick your targets early and stick to them. And you don't have to hit some crazy passing shots. When I go for the placement, I'm really trying to have a stroke feeling with the ball. So I'm not slapping it. I'm feeling the ball more. And I pick my targets early and I stick to them. So the fifth and final game situation, you're gonna approach the net. First, discuss about playing at the defense. So you approach the net, but your opponent hits a good passing shot, maybe at your feet. When you find yourself at a defensive situation, the most important thing is stay in the point. Now when the situation is neutral at the net, one tactic that I like to use is, let's say I approach to my opponent's backhand side, I follow in, and I play my next shot at the same corner. So I'm not taking any big risks. So I'm just placing the ball. Now the last situation when you approach the net is attacking. You have created a big advantage over your opponent. Of course, when you find yourself in this position and you will get something easy from your opponent, you can hit the ball 10 out of 10 pace. It all depends. But oftentimes you don't have to hit that ball so fast, especially when your opponent is way off the court and you will get something easy. You can just hit the ball over the net and you have won the point with very low level of risk. It's important to have different gears, so you're not playing only with the same speed. Let's say speed number 1 is the slowest and speed number 10 is the fastest. When you are at the defense or you want to hit the ball slow, it's like a speed from 1 up to 3. So 1, 2, and 3 speed is the defense. The regular rally ball is like 4, 5, 6, and up to 7. So when you find yourself in the attacking mode, you should use the speed like 8, 9, or 10 out of 10. But definitely you should have some different gears so you can use it at the appropriate time. So when you find yourself at the defense, don't go for the 10 out of 10 pace. I think during the point and after the point, you have to be aware of the situation, whether it's neutral, whether it's offensive situation, or whether you are at the defense. And you have to select your shot according to it. If you want to gain more advantage over your opponents, then you need to change the approach, how you spend time on the practice court. To find out more, click the link in the description box. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.